Hello guys, Nick Z. Welcome to my home, to my half-meter lab, and to my device. It's the Mazilli. It has the wima caps on it, and the big fat one and the other little red one over there. It's the 24-volt coil. Same setup I've been using for a while. I wanted to show you how the Kacher works. I'm going to turn off this light for a second. And maybe this other one here too. Helps to see better. Okay, so you can see this one little neon bulb. I just keep it there just so I can tell when it's on and to what degree it's on. Now, this is the ferrite bar. Let's see if I can do it here. When I touch this little probe to the ferrite bar, I get a little bit of sparking here, but the actual Kacher circuit is actually off, but I am running from this capacitor here. From one side of it I'm running this ground line. This red line here goes all the way down into my well, and this is the Kacher circuit. So I just wanted to see how it works like that with some power coming through. It's actually getting power, as you can see. Right now it's getting some power through it, but it's actually off. I can turn it on directly, and it has a little more power that way. The signal also goes up when I do that from this. This is off and this was on. It's a whole different kind of circuit. I'm just seeing what is going on with it here for a second. It's a very touchy circuit, very touchy system. That's with the Kacher off, and this is with it on. I'm not sure just what's up with that. I don't really have this Kacher circuit in sync with the grenade yet, but I wanted to show you what it does when I turn on this yoke. So I'll turn it on. There's one bulb, two bulbs actually. I just turned one off so that it doesn't over brighten things here too much. So this is my grenade, the ferrite bar. Like I said, pretty much the same system as before. What I find is that the signal that we're watching right now is from channel 2, which is my high voltage probe. This 100 times probe here is just laying here. You can see the signal going up and down as I get it closer or further away. So I'm going to lay it, right about here. That's the high voltage. Now, let's see, I'm going to turn off the Kacher. Actually, it goes up for some reason. It's doing something reverse to what it normally does. But anyway, I'm going to turn on these two other bulbs. These are all 100-watt bulbs. There's 3 of them. And they're lit, but they're not really lit real well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the magnet, this magnet, does when I stick it in the coil here. Let me see if I can do this at the same time. You can see that the lights blink. I can actually, if I put it in just the right place, see if I can get it to kick on the resonant point. And you can hear the thing starts ringing and singing. I can change the frequency. Let's see if you can hear it here. You can hear it going back and forth there as I turn the knob. So this is my trim pot in the form of a magnet, and according to where I put it, I can get the bulbs. This is without nothing in the core. And then if I put the magnet and I play with it just right, I can have it kicking into different points of resonance because it's right in there. Now, once I kill the resonance, I have to turn it off and I have to turn it back on again. Stick the magnet in there and retune for the best point. I have to turn it off again. Turn it back on. Now, when I reach the resonance point, it starts ringing away. Like right now, I can't seem to get it to do what I want it to do. A lot of times I have to turn it all off and turn it on again. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay. Ooh, these bulbs are hot. So, 1 second. I know what's going on now. Gotta shut the whole thing down for a second here. Sometimes when I do that, it just knocks the resonance right out if I'm not in the right place. So, let's see. No, I didn't get it back. Something is still on. Okay, let me take 1 second here. Okay, there, I got it. Okay, so back to the tuning. I'll turn this last bulb on again. Sometimes I can turn it all three on at the same time. Sometimes I have to turn one off to get them to fire up. Okay, so here we go again into this core. See, it's touchy. It's not easy to find that point. I don't know why it's doing it. Let me turn off one of these. Turn it off. It's tricky, but when I find that resonant point, it does brighten up things. And now this is the resonant point between the two induction circuits here. It's not between the Kacher. Yeah, for one reason or another, I can't seem to be doing it right now. Turn it off again. Don't you note that when I go to show it, it doesn't want to do it, but that's the brakes. Okay, so when I get this kind of signal, I can see that it's not right. So I turn it off again. Let's see if I can... No. It's a tricky thing, so it's, yeah, you have to play with it and get it just right. Okay, there, I turned off turned on all three. Let's see if I can get it to kick into the other resonant point. Well, can't seem to find it right now. It's only in one little spot over here, and I don't know, for some reason it's not doing it. So the way it's working is that, let's see, my grenade resonant point is about 1.2 megahertz, and the 3-turn coil at the capacitor is running now at about 25 kilohertz. My antenna frequency can vary from about 1.1 megahertz to about almost 2 megahertz. So it's got almost a 1 megahertz span there that I can vary it from. But right now, this induction circuit, the 3-turn coil, is running at 25 kilohertz. So anyway, let me try it once again here, if I can shut it down for a second. If this transistor gets too hot on me, it again starts not behaving right. I can touch it, but it's pretty warm already. It's just from goofing around with it. Anyway, let me try this induction circuits. You know, there they all 3 turned on. See if I can get it to kick in. There it goes. For a second. You saw it for a second. What happens is it knocks the resonance right out. Let me put this scope on the other channel on the induction circuit here. And let's see if I can find it. Turn it on. Sometimes it's hard to even find. There it is. Okay, so that's the induction circuit there. It's running supposedly at 25 kilohertz. So that's what the scope reads, and these are the settings. Okay, so let me try it once again, see if I can get it to kick in. I still haven't perfected this, of course, but the idea is that to get it to kick into that resonant state. Now there's probably several of these points along in here, and they don't always work the same. So let's try it again here. I have to do this just right. There it goes. Okay, so you can see it, and you can see the wave on the scope. You can hear it. See it? I can adjust the frequency a little bit. Actually, it's the voltage. When I get the voltage up higher, about like right in here somewhere, it kicks it in. See? Of course, the bulbs brighten up, even though you can't really see it too well with the camera. Anyway, when it drops it down like this, which it just did, that means I just killed the resonance. So I have to turn it off and turn it back on. You can see it's big again, and then when it's big, I have to come in here with a magnet and find that little that spot. So you can see how the scope goes up, up. It gets to a certain point where it kicks into that other resonant point. If I can get it. It's hard to find. It's not that easy. It's in there. See how I can vary the voltage on this? By putting that magnet in there. Whoops. I dropped it. Anyway, I think you get the idea. There it goes. So, that should be resonance for the induction circuits. And then as far as the Kacher, I'm going to turn these lights off. And this other one too. And so, with a Kacher, let's see if I can show it. I'm glad I can get the camera in here close. Before it was just going absolutely nuts on me. There you can see that's the streamer. Now I can get it to where it's pretty intense and to where I can't stand it. Right now I can stand it. Okay? But at times it's so intense I can't stand it for you in a second. So I don't know. Let's see, it can also be adjusted. I mean, I have to play around with it and get it to fire better, but it has, right now it's probably not at the best point that it can be, but it's working. And this is the light that it gives off. This bulb's got to warm up a little bit. It's stone cold. So the neon works all through it. And like I had showed before, now I can adjust this so that these sparks are even, a little bit more fierce than they appear here. But right now this is what it's doing. I have to get my hand away from the antenna because anything I do here can affect it, even a ways away. But anyway, it's not that easy to get these sparks on the ferrite. So when I get them, I know that it's kind of working, Yeah, it's my hand that's messing it up, just getting it that close. But anyway, you get the idea. So the ferrite, I put in the, let me just put this back if I can to channel 2. Get my one second. What's going on here? See how just getting my hand, I mean, just even like a foot away or more, it affects the whole thing. My body, everything. So that's how sensitive these things are. Let's see. Okay, here we go. One second. Where the hell is it? Let's see, what am I doing wrong here? I don't know. Can't show it at the moment. It's here somewhere. Let me start over here. No, can't find it. Anyway, something's up when one of my settings is off or something. I don't know what it is. Everything seems to be connected. It's working. Yeah, I don't know what's up. Anyway, good place to stop. Just wanted to show you a couple things. I still don't have it down, but I think I'm getting close to the resonant for this induction circuit, and now I have to tune this Kacher to match the grenade, and the induction circuit's running at 25 kilohertz, and this is running between a meg to a meg 8. So I have to do something, and that's kind of what I'm making the video, to kind of see if you guys got any ideas where it should be, where I should change this Kacher to, and what frequency it might be running at. So I've adjusted it all the way from 700 kilohertz all the way up to 3.3 megahertz by altering the windings on it and so forth. But it does help to put ferrite into the core, and I also put ferrite into the core of the grenade, as well as using the magnet. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll be putting out another video once I get this tuned up a little better. Thanks again.